Hello from day one at the Little League World Series from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Yeah, rainbow. We had some rain here earlier, but ready to go for our third game of the day with Chinese Taipei and Canada. Drink it up. Enjoy this perfect slice of sports purity.
This summer has been something I'll never forget.
Somebody needed to pinch me because I thought it was a dream.
To say it's been a wild ride is a bit of an understatement.
Illinois wins it. They're on to Williamsport.
It took 32 years to get here. But I don't think the kids fully grasp how rare and special this is.
When you walk to the top of the hill and see the stadium for the first time, it's
Trabajo es la recompensa de lágrimas, de sacrificios de los papás, y esa es la mayor recompensa que hemos tenido de estar aquí en Williamsport.
Welcome to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series, presented by T-Mobile. From Volunteer Stadium, prepare for all the smiles and stories of the Little League World Series. Game 3, it's the team from Taoyuan in Chinese Taipei here for a second consecutive year. After grabbing loads of headlines, probably giving out a lot of autographs last year. They faced the team from Surrey, British Columbia, a power in their own right. On day one, a reminder of how it all works here. 20 teams in Williamsport. We crown a champion 2 Sundays from today. The age range, 10 to 12, mostly 12-year-olds here this year. 6-inning games, 225-foot dimensions, and every player on every team plays in every game. So far today, we've already got a no-hitter in the first game of the day. Mexico, the team from Matamoros, led by Antonio Guerrero with 12 strikeouts through 5 innings. His teammates picked him up in the 6th. And then Hawaii's looking great against New Hampshire, going on right now over on ESPN, leading 3-1. So it's 8 teams in action today, 8 more tomorrow, the last 4 on Friday. 10 from the U.S., 10 international teams, and those are the ones we bring you here at Volunteer Stadium. With that, we say hello. Thanks for joining us once again. Look who's here. It's Tim Kirkjian. Sebastian Salazar is with us as well, and I'm Mike Monaco. Tim, you have covered this sport at the highest levels, yet I know this event holds a special place for you.
This is my 10th Little League World Series. It's my favorite event. Tito Francona once said, this is where baseball meets the county fair. What a perfect description of this magical place.
Here we go, the next 12 days, and let's dig into this one. Let's start with Canada. Their manager, Steve Young, said it's a team with 12 players who have all contributed. He said it's a complete team. And they got really good hair, too. It's a fun bunch. We're excited to get to know them. So let's go down to Sebastian Salazar with their third baseman, Ronan Bobilis.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Got my guy Ronan from Team Canada here. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with these kids from Canada so far this week. Tell me a little bit about this group. Why are you guys so much fun, and how did you get here?
It's been really fun. You know, we've known each other for a long time, and we just worked so hard to get here. It's a dream come true. Like, you can't get any better than this at this age. I
was reading your bio. You picked yourself as the most likely to be president and be Instagram famous, so you're not lacking in confidence. Where does that come from?
Because I know a lot of people from travel ball and family, so that's why I think I'd be the most Instagram famous and president.
And you backing up that confidence, because I know you had a game where you had both a grand slam and a no-hitter at the provincial, so you're getting it done. You work with Blake Snell as well, too, right, in the off-season? How does that go?
Oh, it's like my buddy from Canada. He brought me from Canada down to Seattle. Blake Snell coaches a team down in Seattle, and now he teaches me how to play the game, and he just gets me better and better. And yeah.
All right, Ronan, coached up and fired up here ahead of the game for Team Canada.
It's incredible. I mean, president, Instagram famous, and oh yeah, Blake Snell.
We have no shot at that.
Of any of those 3. All right, they go up against Chinese Taipei, and it's the same Little League, Guishan, from the same city, Taoyuan, that was here last year when they were successful.
Right. They lost in the international finals last year, and they're here to avenge that. And their starting pitcher today is Lai Chung-shi. He's the cousin of Fan Chun-jun, who dominated here last year, throwing 82 miles an hour. And how great is this? She's nickname is the Little Dragon. And
right
we
there.
get him in my first game.
Here we go. Let's see if he's got the gas of Fan Chun-jun. Yeah, drink all this up. It's day one at the Little League World Series. It continues next. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile. Swing into the future and experience the best 5G coverage in the game. And in part by Ram Trucks, built to serve. You eat well when you're at the Little League World Series as a fan here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Ready to go for Chinese Taipei and Canada. So from Taoyuan, nearly 8,000 miles away, big city in Taiwan of more than 2 million. Let's meet their team.
我的名字是陈柏尔，我最喜欢吃鸡腿。我的名字叫邱志凯，我最喜欢的球队是 Dodgers。我的名字是邱维哲，我最喜欢的球员是Ichiro Suzuki。我的名字是胡彦君，我最喜欢的球队是 New York Yankees。我的名字是廖轩浩，我最喜欢的球员是 Stephen Curry。我的名字是尤腾浩，最喜欢的球员是大谷翔平。我的名字是彭怡燕，我最喜欢的科目是数学。我的名字是赖晨曦，我最喜欢的运动员是王健。我的名字是林春怡，我最喜欢鸟。我的名字是李胜凯，我最喜欢的运动员是 Stephen Curry。我的名字是于家瑞，我最喜欢的球员是 Aaron Judge。我最喜欢的宠物是狗，我最喜欢的乐团是五月天。
The 12 players representing Chinese Taipei. And if you're new to this, remember it's the second year where we have a continuous batting order. So you bat 1 through 12 before the lineup turns back over to the top for this team from Taiwan that faces this pitcher for Surrey, British Columbia, Big Ben Wegwitz, 5'9", 150 pounds.
Right, and he throws 74 miles an hour. He threw a no-hitter in the semifinals in Las Vegas. This kid is their best pitcher, and they will need him today against a really good team.
Here we go at the 77th Little League World Series. Ben Wegwitz starts out with ball one to Cho Wei-ta, the right fielder for Taiwan.
And Ben says he wants to be a major league announcer when he grows up. Same as you, Mike.
Yes.
When you grow up.
So it starts early. Oh, the 1-0. To the backstop, 2-0 on Cho Wei-ta for a balanced offense, we're told, for Chinese Taipei. Dominated by their pitching last year. And you see the nickname, we love those at the Little League World Series. Mad Dog, because sometimes Cho Wei-ta goes crazy when he's running the bases. 71 miles an hour there.
And very interesting, Mike, how shallow the outfield is already playing in this game. And we have a left-handed third baseman, which we'll get to more of later.
Makes your heart sing. Ronan Bobilis, president, Instagram famous, coached by Blake Snell, because why not? Ronan's a lefty. I love how Sebastian just dropped that in there. Oh yeah, he's coached by Blake Snell. Cho Wei-ta works a leadoff walk for Chinese Taipei here in the top of the first. Long travel for this team to get from Taiwan. What were we told? 40 hours?
34 hours, 20 in an airplane, but I think the hardest part was the 4.5-hour bus ride from Newark to here.
After flying there from San Francisco, where they had a 4-hour delay to make it even longer. Cho Tsai Kai is the center fielder and ducked out of the way.
Meanwhile, the Canadian team has been home for 4 days like the last month, so difficult travel for both teams.
Hope everything he needs in the suitcases. That's a strike, but it gets away, and Cho Wei-ta moves up to second and into scoring position for this team representing Asia Pacific.
Well, we've shown bunt a couple of times already, and with a runner on second, we might see it again.
Drop down foul.
That's more bunts than I've seen in the major leagues this year.
It's a different game here. It really is.
It is, but it's a beautiful game here. It's the purest form of baseball right here, right now.
In 10 years for you, you said?
Yeah, love it.
1-2 pitch. Hot shot on a bounce. Blake Anderson makes a nice backhand pick for the first out as Cho-Wei-Tsa moves up to third.
And again, Mike, we stress in the big leagues, runner at second, nobody out. You got to get him to third. He pulls the ball, and a really nice play at first base there by Anderson.
We love watching the defense. You always love watching the infield, outfield.
My favorite part of the Little League World Series is how skillful these infielders especially are.
Anderson made the play, and now Peng Yi-Yen takes 73 miles an hour, the equivalent of 95 in Major League Baseball for strike one. Peng Yi-Yen is 4'9", you see, 110 pounds. The coaches say he's the shortest but the smartest player on the team.
Well, that's how tall I am, but I'm certainly not the smartest.
Peng Yi-Yen sometimes goes by Ian as well. He has excellent English.
Right. And he started playing because he watched his dad play softball, and his dad looked so handsome playing softball that that's why he took up baseball.
Words I've never been described with.
Again, my son didn't start playing because I look so handsome.
1-2 is the count on Peng Yi-Yen. And Ben Wegwitz has his first strikeout. 2 down.
Again, runner on third, less than 2 outs. Ben needed a strikeout here, and he goes up and away. When you throw 70 up and away here, you're going to get some results.
You talked about his prowess. He's got a no-hitter in the semifinals of the Nationals to emerge as the Canadian champion. Now he faces the cleanup man, the left fielder for Taiwan. It's Liao Chun-Hao.
Cleanup guy showing bunt also. We should get used to this. Put a ball in play, make them make a play.
Force the defense to step up. On the ground, up the middle. Joseph Young ends the inning. Ben Wegwitz settles it, and it's a 0. Canada's fired up, and that's for the first time next. Canada as a country has a lot of great history here at the Little League World Series. Beavers are in the national animal north of the American border. They produce 71% of the world's maple syrup. Lakes everywhere, more than any country in the world, and also the polar bear capital of the world. Out in Western Canada, you'll find British Columbia. That's where you find Surrey, a huge city out there just outside of Vancouver and known as the city of parks. It's what they're known for. Let's meet the kids from Wally Little League.
My name's Xavier Cabalfin, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler. My name is Rye Precioso, and my favorite player is Ellie De La Cruz.
My name is Raymond Dasty, and my favorite baseball team is the Atlanta Braves.
My name is Merrick Luth, and my favorite athlete is Brock Besser.
My name is Kanker Sandwich, and my favorite food is salmon.
My name is Riley Subalai, and my favorite team are the Seattle Mariners.
My name is Joseph Young. My favorite athlete is Anthony Edwards.
My name is Blake Anderson, and my dream job is to be a neurosurgeon.
My name is Ronan Vobilis, and my favorite baseball player is Blake Snow.
My name is Joshua Hernstead, and my dream job is to be an engineer.
My name is Eric Popovich, and my favorite actor is Ryan Reynolds.
My name is Benjamin Wakewitz, and my favorite player is Fernando Tatis Jr.
Those are the 12 players for Team Canada from Surrey, British Columbia. And again, a continuous batting order. The idea for Little League was to get kids more at-bats rather than sometimes just the one AB they would get over the course of a game. Well, the starting pitcher for Taiwan is Lai Sheng-Shi. And you said it earlier, he's got good bloodlines.
Oh my goodness, his cousin was overpowering here last year and then just won the junior championship, right?
In Taylor, Michigan. So we'll see if Little Dragon, as he's known, has similar velocity. First pitch is ball 1 to Xavier Cabalfin, the shortstop and the leadoff man for Canada.
4'8" and 70 pounds. This is why the Little League World Series is so great. Open to all shapes and sizes.
2-0 on Xavier.
And you did a game with Xavier today, right?
Yes.
How about that?
And they pronounce it the same way. Makes our life easy. 2-0 pitch. Rides inside. 3-0 on Xavier. He says the coolest place he's traveled to is Arizona for spring training. He said it was very hot, but he got to meet some major league players. He'll get to meet some more when the big leaguers are here on Sunday. There's a strike.
And his dad is a golf pro, and he plays golf.
Dino.
I need a little help with my swing lately, by the way.
It's two of us. Full count from Lai Shang-Shi. Talking about Fan Chun-Jun last year. Was up over 80 miles an hour. Was 11 1/3 innings and 26 strikeouts. And now his cousin has 73 at his first K, Sebastian.
Guys, I was talking to a little dragon before the game. He was telling me that he and Fan are very tight. They live about 10 minutes apart. The families are real close. And he absolutely loved watching Fan light it up last year, and actually up in Michigan as well earlier this month. And while he was watching last year, he told me he did kind of start to think about the idea of him being here in Williamsport. So it was a big inspiration, and he did get some advice from Fan just before the tournament started, and it's exactly what you would want to hear. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. How about that?
Love that. You got to remember that at 12 years young. Ronan Bobilis takes a breaking ball.
That's what amazes me most here. These kids are playing on national TV in a venue they've never played on, and their whole country is counting on them, and they somehow can handle that pressure.
It's amazing. Lai Shang-Shi said coming here that he doesn't feel any pressure being compared to his cousin, but you knew that was going to be talked about.
Of course.
It's 2-1 to Ronan Bobilis. Sails up and away.
Ronan, of course, as we said, left-handed third baseman. I saw Mike Squires in the big leagues play it left-handed, Don Mattingly, but not too many others.
I, for the longest time growing up, wanted to make it as a lefty catcher.
On our high school team, our catcher for 1 year was left-handed. It's not out of the question that you can have a left-handed catcher.
Ronan's a lefty third baseman. Struck well, center field. Cho Tai Kai runs it down. 2 down. Okay, so if you don't remember Fan Chun Jr., if you missed it last year, this is what he did. 11 1/3, 26 Ks, 1 earned run. As good as you've ever seen here?
The kid, Gavin Weir, is the only other one that could match this guy. They're the 2 best pitchers that I've seen here in the Little League World Series.
Fan Chun-Jun was outstanding. His cousin, Lai Shang-Shi, has 2 down in the first. It was 12 80-plus mile-an-hour pitches from his big cousin. They went to the international championship game and lost a really good game to Curacao. Bouncing ball from Ben Wegwitz deep in the hole at Chenbo Wang. Got it there in time.
What a beautiful play. He's out on the grass there. He's a little kid and threw a dart to first. Skillful middle infielders at the Little League World Series.
Chenbo Wei with the arm from the outfield. Rabbi, thank you very much. We welcome you down the hill to Volunteer Stadium for Game 3 of the day on day 1 at the Little League Baseball World Series. Tim Kirkchin, Mike Monaco, Sebastian Salazar with us. And Tim, here we go. I mean, this event is as good as it gets. We've already seen a no-hitter. Hawaii just got a win over New Hampshire. You've seen this sport at the highest levels, and yet you love this.
Oh, I love this as much as any event that I do, and we've already seen why I love it so much. The skillful play of the middle infielders especially here. Look, you can overpower a kid if you're much bigger, but when you show the kind of skill that we see here, that's what dazzles me.
This is what we just saw from Chenbo Wei, the shortstop for Taiwan. He makes this play deep in the hole to retire Canada's Ben Wegwitz.
He doesn't even weigh 100 pounds and he's making that throw. That is hard to do.
It's what you get at the Little League Baseball World Series, presented by T-Mobile. All right, so third game of the day. No score after the first inning. This is Chinese Taipei batting against Canada. If you're just joining us, this is Guishan Little League from Taoyuan, big city in Taiwan. Here for a second consecutive year. This same Little League reached the international championship game last year and lost a very tightly played game to Curacao. And then this Canada Little League team from Surrey, British Columbia, they've been here a bunch as well, and they got a hard-throwing lefty in Ben Wegwitz on the mound. Against the catcher for Taiwan, Yu Chao-rei.
So Coach Young, I asked him, like, what are you doing about work? You've been home for 4 days in the last month. And he goes, they passed a hat around at work so my wife and daughter could come join us here. How great is that?
So special. He was so appreciative of his colleagues in the agriculture grower business, as he called it, for doing that. It's always such a family affair. Yu Chao-rei strikes out, and Ben Wegwitz has fanned 2 in his first 4 outs, representing his country. If you missed it earlier watching the Hawaii win over New Hampshire, this pitcher is up to 74 miles an hour, which is excellent velocity here. Now he faces Lin Chun-yi. Strike to start to Lin Chun-yi. We ask everyone, what are your superstitions? And Lin Chun-yi says, I pray I don't strike out 3 times during the game.
He also said his favorite subject in school is baseball. I didn't know they taught that.
We would sign up.
That's what I majored in.
2-1 on the baseball lover. Says he wants to play professionally in Japan. He said, I know everyone wants to come to the United States to play, and that's great, but he wants a different path. And it's a reminder, especially here in the international bracket, how global a game it really is.
Right. And he also lists his favorite celebrity as Ed Stafford. Do you know who that is?
I can't say I do. Do you? Ground ball, and it's past the dive of Joseph Young, who knocked it down. But Lin Chun-yi is on with the first hit of the ball game.
Ed Stafford is the first human to walk the length of the Amazon River. Base hit up the middle. Hey, no hitter for Mike Monaco.
Look at you dropping Amazon River nuggets in the second inning. You were here so early too, ready for your first game.
I watched infield for the first game at 1 o'clock.
Wasn't even calling it. Here's Lin Sung Kai. Nickname is Master Kai. He says the most fun thing about Little League is the fact that he's nearsighted. And one time he forgot to wear his glasses in the outfield. He said, thank goodness there were no balls hit my way.
And I was struck, he lists Steph Curry as his favorite athlete, and he's about a dozen kids that I've read who love Steph Curry, wants to meet him. By the way, so do I.
Me too. They all watched that 3-point barrage at the Olympics, it sounds like.
That was the greatest 4 threes in a row that anyone has ever made, and the last one is the greatest shot in the history of the Olympics. Sorry.
It was spectacular. 1-2 to Lin Sung Kai is dotted, and Ben Wegwitz has fanned 3. Hey, want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Whenever we show food, Xavier Scruggs is just pining for food to get delivered up here.
Okay.
Shameless plugs galore. Big swing from Lai Sheng-shi with 2 outs.
We went to Franco's last night, and he ate a piece of lasagna in about 30 seconds. That's X for you.
Popcorn makes the rounds in the stands as well. What do we got? Fries there? A ball and a strike on Taiwan's pitcher, Lai Sheng-chi. Ben Wegwitz's pitch. Just misses, 2-1. If you're reacquainting yourself with the Little League game, a reminder on the strike zone. It's the space over home plate between the batter's armpits and the top of the knees when the batter assumes a natural stance. So bigger than you're used to in Major League Baseball and even the college game.
And I think it's good, Mike. I think kids of this age need to go up there thinking, I'm here to swing the bat. You don't want kids at this age going, I hope I get a walk. No, we want you to swing the bat.
This is a 5-pitch walk, and Lai Sheng-chi is on. And Lin Chun-yi stops at second. 2 aboard for Chinese Taipei with 2 outs in the second. It's turned into a gorgeous night on this Wednesday evening in South Williamsport, PA. Game 3 on day 1. Zhuang Jian now bats for Taiwan. He has started talking to his bat and his gloves.
I talk to my reporter's notebook before every game. Did you know that?
Todd Frazier, by the way, last year had a reporter's notebook. I haven't yet seen if he has one for this year.
He forgot to bring one.
Really?
So he's using an old one from last year. I'm going to have a long talk with him about that.
Frazier, forgetful. It's a strike from Ben Wegwitz.
You always start the Little League World Series with a new notebook. Those are the rules.
You just fill it up with good stories. 3-0. Count and a miss from Zhuang Jian.
All right, really big spot in this game. 2-2 pitch, couple guys on. Got a feeling this is going to be a low-scoring game. Hey, hey.
林书怡是一定会进来的，知道吗？打到球，知道吗？加油！ Thank you.
Some of the messaging there from Kan Yi-jia, a returning coach who was also here with last year's team for Chinese Taipei. Full count.
And everyone will get a running start. 3-2, 2 outs here. Big Ben needs to make a pitch here.
He's got huge velocity from the left side. His 3-2. Bouncing ball right side at Joseph Young. And Ben Wegwitz leaves 2. No score just yet. Great crowd on hand on the first night.
Your dad is a coach. Why are we shaving his head?
Because when we got it through districts, he promised the whole team if we made it to the World Series, we could cut his hair.
All right, Moose, let's do it.
Go.
Moose, how's it looking on that side? The back is the sight to behold.
Line them up now, Moose.
Yep. I don't know how you're going to get much better than that. Yep. That's a look.
Turn around.
Turn this way. What you do?
No, other way.
Welcome back to the Little League World Series. You just witnessed the team from Wally Little League. They're having some fun on Sunday at the expense of their manager, Stephen Young. As you heard, it was the result of a bet, right, between the team and a coach. If the team made it to Williamsport, they, not a professional, the team themselves gets to give their manager a haircut of their choice. There was some early talk of a reverse mohawk, but instead, as you saw there, they settled on kind of what they're calling the two-face for Coach Young. And I was talking to the parents, and they told me that this coach loves his hair. So there's no limits to the sacrifices this Canadian coaching staff is willing to make for the boys.
That is a complicated haircut right there, but they ran their hands through it. It's like part of a ritual now.
Eric Kluth. How about the line he had to his pregame? I guess I save on half the hair gel.
Okay? Take a breath, have some fun. Let's go. Money.
He's coached all 4 of his sons, including Moose, through Little League before. Bottom 2, no score. Chinese Taipei and his team from Surrey, British Columbia, and Canada. Eric Popovich leads off.
Nicknamed Big Poppy. How great is that?
Special talent playing guitar. 2-0 from Taiwan starting pitcher Lai Shang-Shi.
And he collects pins, much like Todd Frazier, who, by the way, told me last night he has 5,000 pins from the Little League World Series. 5,000. Wow. He's the tallest 12-year-old ever.
When I saw him today, I hadn't seen him since the Major League playoffs last year. We hugged. He lifted me off the ground.
He did the same to me last night. He did it with one hand. It was ridiculous.
2-2 on Eric Popovich, Big Papa.
These kids are so talented, Mike. They can sing, they can draw, they can play the guitar, the piano. It's amazing.
2-2. Full count. Yeah, it really is.
You can't play a musical instrument, right?
I played the drums for a year.
Poorly or well?
So bad that my mother wouldn't let my sister play because she knew she would be better than me at it. Pang Yi-yen retires Eric Popovich. 1 away.
I watched Chinese Taipei take infield, as I always do, and they are a very disciplined, very regimented defensive team. Mike, you can tell a lot about a team based on the integrity of the infield that they take, and they ran it beautifully today. An easy ground ball, perfect play at second.
It's that old saying, how you do the little things is how you do anything.
Absolutely.
Blake Anderson, the first baseman for Canada. This guy's been hit in the head by pitches multiple times this year, but the coaches love him because not only does he get up quickly, but then he fires up the crowd after getting plunked a couple times in the helmet.
Right, and he wants to be a neurosurgeon when he grows up. When I was 12, I wanted to be a cowboy.
How'd that work out?
I rode a horse once. What a disaster.
Oh, man. Breaking ball misses from Lai Shang-Shi. We love this event because you know it's on in clubhouses across baseball everywhere. We've heard from the Phillies AAA team.
Big leaguers watch this every time.
Always. Swing and a miss. 2 gone, and it's 5 up, 5 down for Lai Shang-Shi.
And this, Mike, it's a breaking ball. When you throw as hard as he does, and then you can mix in something that spins like that, that's a nightmare.
That's 72 after the breaking ball, the pitch prior. It's time to start out the catcher, Moose Kluth, whose dad has half a head of hair. Moose the catcher, big fan of Buster Posey. 0-2.
Moose is 5'2" and 100 pounds. His nickname is Moose. I love it.
You gotta fight, kid. You gotta fight.
He does have to fight with 2 strikes. Ooh, just misses from Lai Shang-Shi. I always love hearing what the coaches have to say as well.
Yeah.
Moose lays off. If you're wondering how Moose got to be named Moose, it's not his given name, that's Merrick. But Moose was camping with his family. He's got 3 older brothers. And Eric, the father, had them all write their names on their chairs. Merrick couldn't spell his name, so he wrote Moose. His brothers were ragging on him. Moose didn't like it at first, but then, like any good nickname in any household of brothers, the name stuck. There are the brothers and mom Jennifer as well. 3-2 to Moose. Is dotted at 72 from Lai Shang-Shi. 6 up, 6 down, 3 Ks for the ace for Taiwan. Nothing brings people together like a good beef meal. On Monday, all 20 Little League World Series teams came together thanks to Beef It's What's for Dinner on behalf of the Beef Checkoff. Teams from around the world were able to enjoy each other's company and make new friends while fueling for their upcoming games with Beef's high-quality protein and nutrients. To build your perfect home plate, visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
Now that was a great read, Mike. Way to go.
Tim Kirkchin, Sebastian Salazar, former high school classmates. Mike Monaco with you and our entire crew behind the scenes.
At Walter Johnson High School, named after the greatest pitcher of all time. Sebastian and I doing the same game, and we both drink Diet Mountain Dew. What are the odds?
And I can tell you're caffeinated. Hu Yen Chun leads off against Ben Wegwitz. No score, third game of day one, the 77th Little League World Series. Coaches say Hu Yen Chun is a good listener. Likes to sit quietly.
What?
To listen to everyone chatting. That's a layup. To Hu Yu Chen from Ben Wegwitz.
We've seen a lot of looks of bunts here, and I just love how the infielders are all moving.
Corners are in, and it's a 4-pitch leadoff walk. Third walk worked by the Chinese Taipei offense, and Hu Yen Chun is on. On a picture-perfect evening, now to Yu Tung Hao. He's the third baseman for Chinese Taipei against Ben Wegwitz. Squares the bunt, and everything in constant motion again on the infield.
Right, first baseman, third baseman in on the grass, of course. Middle infielders at double play depth. Ben needs another strike here.
And Yu Tung Hao is saying it hit him. The Chinese Taipei coaches think the same. This is something that you can challenge. And at the Little League World Series, if you're not familiar, coaches get 2 challenges. They get an extra if it goes to extras. And if you're successful in a challenge, you retain it. The umpires can also, on their own accord, prior to a challenge, decide to have a look at something as well.
If he did indeed get hit by a pitch, that's first and second with nobody out. And that might have hit the back foot, right?
I think so. Yes, definitively. So good eyes from the Chinese Taipei coaching staff. And from Yu Tung Hao.
And I just love, Mike, how these kids all stay right in there. They're all right on top of the plate, and they are not afraid to get hit by a pitch. Fear of the ball runs a lot of kids out of this game at an early age, and these kids are fearless, and it's so impressive. Absolutely.
Wears it off the right foot to get aboard. So they have the only hit in this game, but they have walked 3 times, been hit by a pitch as well, and it's a team in a Little League known for its offense. And Yu Tung Hao did get hit by that pitch. And so, like you said, the first 2 are on with nobody out here in the third. Ben Wegwitz has navigated some foot traffic on the bases his first couple innings and has to do the same here. Chen Bo Wei is the Taiwan shortstop. Just turned 12 years old last month. 4'10", 75 pounds.
Nickname is Drumstick because that's what his body looks like. That's what the pregame notes say.
The coaches have some funny nicknames.
Well, now this is a really big pitch. 2-0 pitch. First and second, nobody out. Showing bunt. Make him throw a strike.
Some of these misses haven't been huge from Ben Wegwitz, but he's trying to recalibrate here. His first time through the order. Leadoff man on deck, 3-0. Strike to Chenbo Wei.
So is he taken again here in this spot?
I think I would.
Might.
Drops down a bunt. Wegwitz off the mound. Not in time. Hu-Yen Chun got there before the throw, and Taiwan's got him loaded with nobody out.
So Big Ben, being a left-handed pitcher, had a really good look at third base on this ball. It is bunted right back to him. And an exceptionally close play at third. You've got to get an out somewhere there, Mike, because instead of second and third with one out, you got the bases loaded with nobody out.
And we get a mound visit.
Okay, we're going to go home, okay?
Go home to one, home to one.
Hey, nice and easy, right? Hey, we've been here before, right? We got this? Yep. Okay, bring the infield in. Hey, take a deep breath. No big deal. Lots of outs all over the place, okay? Let's go, boys. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
So we will score that a sacrifice, fielder's choice. Batter deserves the sacrifice because they went to third. No out was made. And now the infield's going to come in, bases loaded, nobody out here in the third inning.
After the visit from Canada's manager, Steve Young. Back to the top, and Cho Wei-Tza walked his first time. Takes ball one.
Of course, Mike, everything changes when you bring the infield in. Because you're right on top of the hitter anyway, even more so now.
And they're really in for Canada as well.
And so is the outfield.
With a ball and a strike on the leadoff man, Cho Wei-Tza. Check swing foul.
Ben is a strikeout pitcher. This is a strikeout necessity right here.
His 1-2. Line foul.
And also a reminder here, Mike, how much foul territory there is in this ballpark compared to Lomity, 100 yards away. Balls can run forever here. You got to play the game a little differently. It's like playing at the Oakland Coliseum.
So spacious.
Only the dugouts are way better here.
Part of these two gorgeous fields at the complex in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And the strikeout pitcher, indeed, Ben Wegwitz, could really use one here. He's got 3 already. Is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ben Wegwitz gets a huge first out in the third.
Well, again, this was crucial, as we said, because now the double play is in order. And again, great stop by the catcher here, but bases loaded in this spot. Even on a ball in the dirt, runner is not allowed to advance to first on that with less than 2 outs.
Now Cho Tsai-Kai, the center fielder, and in the 2 spot.
And again, infield still in here because you ground ball to the infield, you got to get the force at the plate. This is going to be a low-scoring game.
As so many are here. Line drive into right center field, a base hit for Cho Tsai-Kai. Hu-Yen Chun scores, and Taiwan takes the lead.
Beautiful piece of hitting here, Mike. He stays back on this ball. This is lefty on lefty. Not an easy at bat for a left-handed hitter. And watch us keep his hands back there and stayed with it and got it into center field for a hit.
And now this one got away, and now all runners got to retreat. Hung up between first and second. Blake Anderson throws to the plate, and a run scores. Yu-Tung Hao had held at third, but the runner from first, Cho Tai Kai, had taken off, and Taiwan ends up with a run anyway.
And a great base running play at third base here. Ball gets past the catcher. And now with the hitter, Anderson here at first runs him and then just waits a split second too long. Runner at third broke exactly when he needed to.
Where do the eyes, where are they supposed to go as a base runner in that spot?
Well, the teaching lesson is you don't run the guy to second. You look at the guy at third and you do not allow him to get a break to the plate because you got the guy dead at second.
So 2-0. Now the three-hitter, Peng Yi-yen, took a breaking ball that nearly hit him. 2-1. Peng Yi-yen, Ian as he's known, just dusts himself right off.
Fearless, I'm telling you.
Crouched down in that left-hand box. Didn't get Chen Bo-wei at third.
Right, and again, Mike, infield in, no force play here. That changes the dynamic on a ground ball to the infield.
Ben Wegwitz 3-1. It is a strike at 71, left on left. Two.
He was showing bunt on a 3-2 pitch. I don't think he had any intention of bunting, but it's interesting. He pulls it back and gets himself ready.
And will do so again, it appears. 25th pitch of the inning. Misses, and they're loaded again for Chinese Taipei. Peng Yi-yen is on for the first time here in Williamsport. They might be laughing over at first with how many breaking balls that Peng Yi-yen's got to duck out of the way of. Now Liao Shun-hao, cleanup man for Chinese Taipei. He'll be 13 years old in a few weeks. So based on the cutoff date at the end of August, one of the oldest players here. Had a grand slam this season that he says is his highlight. Bouncing ball toward third. Ronan Bobilis to the plate, and they got him. 2 down.
Really nice play by the left-handed third baseman. Again, that's a force at the plate. There's no reason to tag anyone. Tag the plate and get out of there.
So the lefty third baseman, Bobilis, made the play, and now Yu Chao Ray. That first pitch swinging. Catcher in the 5 spot.
And he was named the captain of the team, and here the captain up in a really big spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Coach has said because of his leadership skills, of course, but also his self-discipline. 0-1, and he pulls it, hammered to left field, and that'll roll to the wall. Chow Tai Kai is in, Peng Yi-yen behind him, and Liao Shun-hao. Yu Chao Ray clears the bases.
Well, we've said the whole game, Mike, how shallow the Canadians are playing in the outfield. Now, it doesn't matter where they play. They're not running that ball down. That's how far he hit it. But he hit that 50 feet over the left fielder's head. And that's a breaking ball that is down, and he goes down and gets it. Boy, that is a really nice piece of hitting.
So Taiwan's leader comes through. Yu Chao Rei. A 3-run double and some dance moves as well. Now Lin Chun-yi takes a strike. The coaches said this offense was better balanced than last year's team. That again was one of the final 4 teams here at the Little League World Series a year ago.
That team just overpowered you with pitching. This team is slightly different.
This team in the region tournament in 6 games in South Korea put up 70 runs. They outscored their opponents 70-15, going 5-1 in the region tournament for Asia Pacific.
First game was 20-0. Second game was 19-0.
Hung a cool 40 on Indonesia and Thailand. They then lost to South Korea 13-3. They got back to business and eventually avenged their loss to South Korea in the championship game to get here. Lin Chun-yi walks. He's got a single as well, so he's aboard for the second time. There's 2 on for Chinese Taipei, with 2 outs in the third, up by 5. .74 pitches for Ben Wegwitz. Now Lin Sung-kai. Good stop back there by Moose Kluth.
Another basketball loves Steph Curry. Home run here would give him 3.
1-0. Good looking breaking ball.
76 pitches. So we're at a limit, correct?
And the limit of 85 always in play here. And then you got to go by the thresholds of days of rest.
Right. We're getting close to the limit.
Yes. For 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds, that limit is 85 per day. Wegwitz 78, just missed, and it's 2-2.
And they changed that years ago when we famously had a 9-inning Little League game where both starters went 9 innings, one threw 160 pitches and the other 147.
Oh man. Check swing, and that was close, but Lin Sung-kai did not offer.
3-2, 2 out, everyone's going. Another really big pitch in this game.
3-2 pitch to Lin Sung-kai. And the bases are loaded yet again for Chinese Taipei. Well, it looked like they might get aggressive over at third, but they do hold Yu Chao Rei. This has been a 40-pitch inning, and it continues. With Lai Sheng-shi, the Chinese Taipei pitcher, batting here in the third. Worked to walk his first time. This one bounces halfway up the third base line. Told you this Little League back in Chinese Taipei is known around the country for its offense. Showing it here.
It was a really good swing there. He was right on that.
And the guy known as Little Dragon. Coaches say he's introverted, might be a little bit shy. They say he's a domineering player during games. 1-2 to him. On the ground sharply. And Ronan Mobilis makes a fine play at third. Chinese Taipei erupts for 5 runs in the third, facing Canada. Little League stats are provided by Game Changer, the official scorekeeping and stats technology partner of Little League and the Little League World Series. Game Changer provides free live streaming for regular season local youth games, plus automatic video highlight clips when you stream and score your games. Back at the Little League Baseball World Series presented by T-Mobile. A couple clouds in the sky. We had a passing shower earlier, but underway in Game 3 on day 1. 2.5 innings in. After 5 runs in the top of the third for the team from Taipei City, Tao Yuan against Surrey, British Columbia in Canada. Got some air guitar in the stands there. See what Canada can do offensively. Trailing by 5, facing Lai Shang-Shi, presumably the ace for Chinese Taipei. Strike 1 to Caden Kristanovich, the center fielder for Canada.
Well, if he's not the ace, I can't wait to see someone who's better than him.
It's the beauty of this that you can talk to as many coaches and players as you want. You can read as many questionnaires that these players are kind enough to fill out as you want. And until you watch the games, you don't really know who's who because we don't have stats, we don't have MLB TV and all the like, watching all the games from around the world all summer. It's 1-2 from Lai Shang-Shi. His pitch count's at 33. It's away. Starts to get a little bit interesting on how you use him now and how far you let him go, because if you do win this game, your next game is Friday. Two. Swing and a miss. So that's 35 pitches. If it ends right here for Lai Shang-Shi, he could pitch on Friday. He would just need 1 day of rest. That'd be tomorrow. If you keep him out there, there'd be 2 days of rest. Couldn't pitch Friday if you do win this game.
But you got to win the game first.
Yep.
But you got to look, the strategy involved in when you take your pitcher out is really interesting.
Tim's dancing in the booth, and so are the fans of Chinese Taipei on day 1 at the Little League World Series.
A good lesson here is Chinese Taipei has swung at the first pitch 1 time in this game, and this speaks to the discipline, how regimented they are. This is why they've been so good for so many years. They understand how to play the game.
Such a great offense like we talked about. Discipline that you mentioned. They're led by the same manager as last year. 54 years young and back for another go-round here. Lee Chung-ta, a PE teacher who has led this team to the Final Four a couple times before. 09, the international champions. 3rd place in 12 and in the Final Four last year. Zhuang Jian grounds out to begin the 4th inning.
So our left-handed third baseman is now our left-handed pitcher. Ronan is a really talented kid.
President, Instagram famous, and let's see what Blake Snell has taught him. His father Ron, no doubt proud. Ball 1 to begin to Hu Yen-chun.
He's also really good at chess, and he can do that Rubik's Cube. Every year there are kids at this thing that can do the Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds. I couldn't do it in 30 days.
A real Chris Gardner from Pursuit of Happiness. He cooks, he does it all. And how about Ronan on the mound, his superstitions? Some people talk about, oh, I've got pants that I'll keep dirty, socks with holes in them. He says no, a light workout is his superstition. Push-ups, squats, and some stretching. He is all athlete written over him.
So he has to do that every day in order to be ready.
It's a walk, and Hu Yen Chun is on. Let's go down to Sebastian Salazar.
Hey guys, we got Yo Tang Hao coming up to the plate here. He's wearing number 17, and I got not his aunt, his great aunt Sue here with us. So tell me, great aunt Sue, how far did you come from to see him play?
Okay, I'm coming from Vancouver, Washington, all the way here to cheer him up.
And how often do you get to see him?
Maybe once a year or like once in 2 years.
But you were telling me you've known him since he was a baby, right? What was he like as a little kiddo?
He's so cute. He's like a very obedient baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he still cute and obedient?
Of course, always cute in my eyes. Yeah.
And what does it feel like seeing him, represent your homeland here at the Little League World Series?
I'm so proud of him. It's really, this youngster is like, they practice so hard. It's not easy to get here, because they have to defeat a lot of different teams to represent Taiwan. And after that, they have to defeat so many teams in Asia. So it's not easy.
You must be so proud.
Very, very, yeah.
And this is his mom right here. I hear she's one of the big cheerleaders.
That's right. She's the mom.
Okay,
yeah.
so if we hear the cheers, we know it's coming from mom. Guys, back up to you.
How about that? Aunt Sue, Yu Tung Hao's parents, Yu Huai Hai and Lai Shu. No doubt very proud as well.
Great Aunt Sue. How about that?
I got to ask you, were you an obedient baby?
Yeah, I never got in any trouble. Believe me, I was too afraid.
1-2. 2-2. Yu Tung Hao. He scored a run in that big 5-run third inning for Taiwan. He's the youngest of 3 siblings. To the backstop, and Hu Yen Chun is at second in scoring position.
Now, Mike, reading all these bios, I'm so happy that all these kids are playing other sports. It's really important to play other sports at this age. Basketball, football, soccer will make you a better baseball player.
Line drive right center field, and a diving catch from Kaden Krestanovich, and a double play.
Well, that kid will say for the rest of his life, I made a web gem at the Little League World Series. Look how far he had to go to get this ball, and timed it beautifully.
Hair flopping everywhere. The guy they call KK, Kaden Krestanovich. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series, presented by T-Mobile. To the left, Lamade Stadium. To the right, Volunteer Stadium, where this game is being played, the international bracket. Team Cuba is looking on. Looked like Team Japan as well. Saw some Japan merchandise. There they are, getting ready for this one.
And you and I are doing that Cuban game tomorrow.
Can't wait for these next few days to see all these teams in action. Hey, join Little League this year as it celebrates 50 years of girls in the Little League program. Learn more about the girls with Game 50 celebration and see how you can get involved at littleleague.org/GWG50. Only girl playing in it this year is from Australia. We'll get to watch Team Australia in action Friday at 5 o'clock right here on ESPN. Bottom 4, Canada bats. And it's ball 1 to begin from the pitcher still out there for Taiwan, Lai Shang-Shi.
And I met the Australian coach today. His 3 triplets play on the team, too.
It's only my 4th year here, but I haven't seen that before.
Well, it's never happened that there have been triplets at the Little League World Series.
So then that's why.
Right.
Riley Suvalai bats. Takes down 2-1. He's the right fielder for this team from Surrey, British Columbia. Big fan of the Mariners. You were talking about playing multiple sports. Riley also plays basketball and track and field for his school.
And again, to finish the point, Mike, the common denominator of every Major League Baseball player that I've met, he was a multi-sport star in high school. It will make you better when you play another sport. The footwork in soccer, basketball.
There's no question.
Right, put the baseball bat down in November and go make the basketball team. Take a break from the game. It's the best game ever. It's really hard to play.
3-2. Bouncing ball foul.
And Hall of Famer Joe Mauer, who just went in, was going to Florida State to play football. He was all-state basketball in Minnesota and #1 overall pick in baseball. Quarterback, you're right.
Swing and a miss. 3-sport guy Riley Suvalai, the batter. But it's a 7th strikeout for Lai Shang-Shi, who is not allowed a base runner.
I think his cousin would be proud of what he's doing today. This is domination right here. That ball's up and away. You're not catching up to that at 72 miles an hour.
Now Raymond Dassey against Lai Shang-Shi.
And his dad is a neurologist, so we have a neurologist and a neurosurgeon on the same team.
And you wanted to be a cowboy. There's Dad Rob. I guess I should say Dr. Rob. Raymond says he wants to follow in his father's footsteps. Lai Shang-Shi adds another strikeout to his total. That is 7 in a row. So again, his cousin last year, Fan Chun-Jun, was dazzling, and Lai Shang-Shi's doing much of the same. Fan Chun-Jun had an immaculate inning here last year. He did it in the Junior League World Series just recently in Michigan. And now a little cousin, just a year younger, Lai Shang-Shi. This is Rai Precioso. Ball and a strike. And the coaches say that Rai Precioso has the voice of an angel.
And can play the piano. And they stand next to him when they play the national anthem because he sings so beautifully.
1-1. Precioso's got a good eye as well.
And he's got a brother named Ice, and he's got a brother named Zen, and his name is Rai. What beautiful names in one family.
And they all play baseball.
And Rai wants to go to Iceland someday, so maybe he can take his brother Ice to Iceland.
Sorry, Zen, you didn't make the cut. 2-2 pitch on the way from Lai Shang-Shi. He has struck out 8 in a row. It's 9 Ks in total. Just like his cousin, Lai Shang-Shi's becoming a star. That'll be the nightcap here at the Little League Baseball World Series, presented by T-Mobile up at Lamade Stadium. To your left, Florida and South Dakota. Big bats for Florida in South Dakota. He was here 3 years ago with the pitcher you mentioned earlier, Gavin Weir, trying to slow down an offense that put up 35 runs in the regional. Good vibes here at Volunteer Stadium. The international bracket, 2 of the 20 teams in total in this field, where we play 38 games over 12 days to crown 1 Little League champion. Chen Bo Wei, the shortstop, leads off for Taiwan against Ronan Bobilis.
And again, Mike, 4'10", 75 pounds. He's their shortstop. Sport is so beautiful because it's open to all shapes and sizes.
Talk about other sports. Chen Bo Wei also likes table tennis, and when pressed on the matter, he says he's beaten every single one of his teammates.
He's probably dominating at the Grove.
Yes. Where we saw earlier from Sebastian, there's a paddle, a pickleball court, it appears, up there. Rumor is the pool is gone, and that's been installed instead. A bouncer foul.
And why is the pool gone? Is that clear?
I think so much excitement about some other sports that they wanted to get in there, like the paddle, the pickle.
And I think some coaches were worried that swimming was not conducive to baseball.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
Pulled on a line to left, and it drops down a fair ball for Chen Bo Wei. Big turn at first, and a leadoff single for the shortstop for Taiwan.
Well, the drumstick, as they call him, takes a breaking ball that runs into the inside part of the plate. And the littlest kid on the field, it's a line drive down the left field line. And for the rest of his life, he's going to be able to say, I got a knock at the Little League World Series.
And it's only the 4th one in this game. For an offense that's been patient, taking another first pitch. This time the leadoff man, Cho-Wei Tsa. His favorite athlete is Ichiro. Popped up in foul ground, spacious territory, and nearly a great catch from Riley Suvalai. He's trying to do what his buddy in center field, Kaden Kristanovich, did an inning earlier.
And so much more foul territory in this ballpark than at Lamedy. Nearly made a great diving catch.
Canada fan base cheering him on. Great effort from Riley and Wright. And now an 0-2 from Ronan Bobilis.
And just another kid that is really good at drawing and art, which is really cool.
Good variety. On the ground and foul. Cho-Wei Tsa.
Are you any good at drawing or art?
I'm any good at just about nothing.
My mom used to hang my artwork on the inside of the refrigerator. That's how bad I was as a kid.
What talents did you have, Tim?
I was really short.
This is the self-deprecating booth up here at the Little League World Series.
Special talent, Tim, none. Actually, I can palm a basketball with both hands at the same time.
How about this talent? You got video camera and still camera, I would assume?
Wow.
This is not a single camera sitcom. This is multicam. Another 1-2 on the way to Cho-Wei Tsa. Seventh pitch of the plate appearance is on the way to Cho-Wei Tsa. Bouncer.
Let it go.
That does go foul.
Right, very smart play by Ronan here. He knows if he fields this ball, he's got no chance to get a fast runner. His only hope is to let that ball go foul. A lot of kids would have caught that ball. He didn't. It's really smart play. Of course, he's going to be the president. He should make a play like that.
8th pitch for Mr. President. He's bounced foul. Ronan, by the way, says he plays Little League because he wanted to know what it actually felt like to come here to the Little League World Series after watching it on TV. He's here now. Another bouncer, foul.
What a great at bat. He's fouling everything off. And to that end, Mike, that's what everyone says who's never been here before. Like, television does not do it justice. When you get here in person for the first time, it's way bigger than it looks on TV.
10th pitch. Good block by Moose Kluth.
I talk to all the coaches that come here, and I say, what's it like the first time you walk in this place? And you hear overwhelming, breathtaking, magical. That's what people say when they walk in this place.
We're talking with Canada's coaches, and you and them were talking about just the grass and how well manicured it is.
Well, they've never played on a field like this, manicured like this. I mean, they drag the infield after 3 innings. I'm not sure they're doing that at Little Leagues all over the world.
12th pitch is ball 3, and Chen Bo-wei moves up. Full count. And that's saying something because the Canada coaches were telling us, the manager Steve Young said, what they play on back in Surrey, he said, is an excellent diamond. They're lucky to have great facilities, and yet still this is magical.
There's nothing better than this. And they've never played in a venue this big, which just only adds to how impressive it is. These kids have never experienced this, and they still can just treat it like another baseball game.
You can understand, by the way, if Moose Kluth needed to adjust the equipment. This will be the 13th pitch of the plate appearance. And it's strike 3 called. Ronan Bobilis wins the battle against Cho-Wei Tsa. Well, the month-long WNBA Olympic break ends tomorrow. On Thursday, we'll have the Liberty and Sparks on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Coverage starts at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So great work from Ronan Bobilis. 13 pitches deep, and now Cho Tsai Kai drops down a good one. Moose Kluth pounces on it for out number 2.
Very nimble play by Moose there. Ball was just a few feet out in front of the plate, but he pounced on it and made a really good throw.
It did get Chen Bo-wei to third for Peng Yi-yen in the 3 spot. First pitch swinging, a rarity from this Taiwanese offense. So we were talking about how great Peng Yi-yen's English is. He got first place in an English speech competition in Taoyuan City, and second place for all of northern Taiwan, the entire country. And 2 weeks ago on YouTube, they posted him telling a 2-minute and 50-second story in English, just for his English speech practice. Almost 3 minutes long in front of his teammates. He was 11 years old at the time. Just amazing storytelling in a second language for Peng Yi-yen.
Incredible. It's like the read that you made earlier today. Perfect.
We love our beef. Ronan Bobilis 1-2. In the air toward right, and it drops for Peng Yi-yen. He scores Chen Bo-wei, and it's 6-0 for Taiwan.
And again, Mike, another tough left-on-left at bat. How many left-handed hitters at this age have seen a left-handed pitcher who's this big, throws this hard, and he stayed right in there? When you keep your hands back and keep that front shoulder in, you'll always have a chance.
Some really impressive swings up and down this lineup, but ABs as well from Peng Yi-Yen. Mound visit for Team Canada during the conference for Taiwan.
Game, did a good job. Okay. Hey, Ray, you got 2 out. Okay. Defense is here to help you. You're gonna get us out of this. Okay. Let's do a job, eh? Hey, take a look. Take it in. Hey, let's do it. Hey, you throw him, hit him in the chest. Get a ground ball. They got you. We got this. Okay. Let's do it. Get a warm up. Blue. Yeah, he's gonna warm up. Yeah, when you get 5.
3-pitch mix is coming on the mound from Raymond Dassey. After the break, this game will conclude over on ESPN2. Coming up right now, Talamity Stadium for Florida and South Dakota on ESPN after the break with Ravi and company. We welcome you back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. In Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Day 1, Game 3. We're in progress. If you're watching over on ESPN, the game continues here in the 5th inning with Canada making a pitching change and Taiwan leading this Canadian team 6-0 and trying to start things out with a win. Tim Kirkchin, Sebastian Salazar, Mike Monaco, and our entire crew behind the scenes for what's been a very impressive performance from Taiwan's pitching and also their offense. And so Canada turns to Raymond Dassey. Third pitcher used by this team from Surrey, British Columbia. Until Raymond wants to follow in his dad Rob's footsteps, being a neurologist. And he also says he looks up to his grandpa. Why? Because he's smart, he eats well, and he works out every day. Said he's very healthy. A good aspiration. Liao Schwun Hao bats. And a good stop by Moose Kluth, who's been busy behind the plate for Canada tonight.
And his favorite streamer is Dap Topper. My question is, what is a streamer?
I'm glad you phrased it that way. Not only do I not know Mr. Topper, I don't know what a streamer is. Presumably YouTube.
I have no idea. I'm 67 years old. Are you crazy?
Good pick. You do have a podcast, though.
Pardon me?
You do have a podcast.
I'm well aware of that. I don't know what a Dap Topper is, and I'm not sure what a streamer is. Watch out. Watch out.
Oh, great bid by the shortstop Xavier Cabalfin. Throw to second, and backed up over there at first by Ben Wegwitz. No man's land in left. Eric Popovich in, Xavier Cabalfin going out on the back pedal.
Yeah, I always worry about a potential collision here, and the rule is shortstop makes this play until he hears the left fielder say, I got it, then he peels off. I just don't think that happened, and that would have been a really nice catch there.
He almost got it, too.
Yeah, almost caught it.
So now to the catcher in the 5 spot for Taiwan, Yu Chao Rei. Cleared the bases with a double to the pull side to the wall in left in the 3rd. He's been one of the big standouts, and he's also behind the plate, working in tandem with the starting pitcher Lai Sheng-Shi, who, oh, by the way, if you're just joining us, has a perfect game going.
I've covered baseball for 45 years, Mike. I've only seen one perfect game.
That's it.
Mike Witt, 1984. I've covered 8 no-hitters, 1 perfect game.
When did you know?
In about the 3rd inning. And by the way, Marv Foley made the last out of that game as a pinch hitter and never took another at bat in his major league career. It was the last out of a perfect game.
Wow. This one hits off the umpire. Peng Yen slides in safe. Chinese Taipei adds a run, and it's 7-0.
And again, Mike, we saw this earlier today here at Volunteer. An umpire got hit by a ball. The umpire is in play, and you have to work around it.
That's Aaron Schreier doing the hard work behind the plate. These umpires, by the way, do a great job, and very often are high-level umps elsewhere in high school and college. Liao Shunhao scores from third, and the lead is now 8 for Taiwan. Back for a second year in a row and trying to cruise on day one. Canada coaching staff comes out for a visit.
Deep breath. You good? You all right? Okay, hey, look at me. It's all good. It's just a game. Have some fun. Okay? Ground ball. Okay? You got us out of that inning, okay? Accidents happen. You're good, man. Hit him in the chest, get a fly ball, get a ground ball, and we're out of this inning. Boys, no big deal. Is Abby, you all right? Okay. Boys, let's relax. Let's have some fun. Let's get an out, and let's get out of this. Have some fun. Okay, we got it? Okay, let's go, boys. Come on.
You love hearing the positivity from Steve Young, the manager, who, along with Jason Wegwitz, one of the assistants, they both played for a legendary Little League coach. This same Little League, Ed Myers, passed away a couple years ago. He took the 2006 team here to Williamsport. And so Steve Young, the manager, and Jason Wegwitz, the assistants, the coaches, this year they have said, we brought Ed with us. Let's do it for Ed.
Love that. Carrying on, the man who has coached so many back home in Surrey, British Columbia. Yu Chao Ray stops at second. Mike, I think we all remember our Little League coaches and how important they were in our lives. My dad was my Little League coach. Well, I had a real coach, but my dad showed us how to play. But you never forget the impact of a coach when you're 12 years old. You really don't. And these guys don't. They keep Ed in their loving memory right there with him in the dugout. Line drive behind second. And Joseph Young backs up to make the play and end the inning. Taiwan is 2 innings away from a perfect game.
To all the kids in the Little League World Series right now, just want to say good luck. Keep doing your thing. Keep working hard. Most importantly, have fun.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the time. It's a really, really amazing experience that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. So the only thing I can say, just have fun. Simple message from the game's best players who will be here 4 days from now, Yankees and Tigers. So good. I've been here for every Little League Classic. And when those big leaguers get off the bus and walk into the ballpark, they are dazzled by the whole thing. And then they're surrounded by kids. I watched Jake Arrieta sit in the stands over there for 45 minutes showing 12-year-olds some proper grip on balls. It was so encouraging that major leaguers look at them and say, that was me at age 12. If I had a big leaguer who could impart some wisdom on me, show me how to throw a pitch, what a cool thing that would be. And maybe a little leaguer will come up with the answer to the question of how do you pitch to and how do you stop Aaron Judge? Right. When Aaron Judge walks in this ballpark on Sunday, it will be total bedlam. I was talking with Bruce Bochy on Monday, and Jeff Passan asked Bruce, how do you pitch to Judge? And Bruce Bochy said, every pitch is a 2-strike approach. It just has to be. He's been that good. So has Lai Sheng-Shi. Nearly got Xavier Cabalfin. Sorry, Mike. I flinch up here when a ball comes really close to hitting somebody. No need to apologize.
Lai Shang-Shi is perfect through 4. Second time through the lineup. And he's just now at 60 pitches. Remember, you get 85. He's got 6 outs left to get if he wants to do some history here tonight. The 1-1. Just misses to Xavier Cabalfin.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Last year there were 4 no-hitters. 2 of them came from this Taiwanese team, and one of them, the first one, was against Canada. Bouncing ball left side, and Yu Tung Hao gobbled it up. Time now for today's family interview, brought to you by Uncrustable. Sebastian.
Thank you very much, Mike. I got Joshua Hernstedt's dad, Ryan, to my left, and Caden Kristanovich's father, Jordan, to my right. Now, Caden's dad saw the center field catch live and in person. You were out here. How was that angle?
It was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty sweet catch for sure. Yeah.
Why are we out in the outfield and not sitting with the rest of the parents? What's that about?
Well, Ryan and I, through the whole thing here in the summer, we've always sat in the outfield, so I just figured I'm not going to change it up and just stick with the same we've done all summer. We got to spend some time with Caden a couple of days ago. Great hit, kid. Great head of lettuce. Tell us a little bit about him as your son. Yeah, no, like you said, he's a good kid. You know, he's actually quite a really good hockey player also, so kind of plays 2 sports. But yeah, like you said, just a super good kid, super outgoing, and likes to have a good time. You buried the lead. You played in the NHL as well. He was telling me about that. He's got to make a choice here soon. When's that coming? I'd like him to play both sports as long as he can, to be honest. Kim Kirkchin's going to love that. To be honest with you, yeah, I think it's super important kids play multiple sports, but I mean, he's getting to an age now where, probably the next couple of years he will have to choose, but like I said, I want him to play both as long as he possibly can. Awesome. All right, we got Joshua's dad, Ryan, here with us as well. You were telling me this isn't the first time the team has maybe had a slow start, so we should expect a bounce back, right?
We fully expect a bounce back. Every tournament leading up to this, we have lost our first game, so we fully expect to go on a run after this one.
Great crew of kids, but a great crew of parents too. What's it like traveling around? I think you guys haven't been home in what, a month?
We haven't been home in a few weeks. We had a 5-day stint at home after the provincials. But yeah, it's been a long time. But the parents are great. We've really bonded. We've become one big family. It's been amazing.
I became a dad last year. I've covered this tournament since 2017, but it's a different perspective now. What's it like for you being a father here at the Little League World Series?
It's good now. There's nothing else after this, so the weight is off our shoulders, but I'll tell you, it's bloody stressful. Leading up to this, we have had some moments of a lot of pacing, a few beverages in the outfield to calm our nerves, but it's been amazing. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Great stuff. Guys, we'll send it back up to you. Bloody stressful.
Those were the words too, Sebi, that I latched onto right there. You got to imagine that's how it feels as a parent. Even if you've played in the NHL, like Caden's father has, but watching them on this stage, on this journey that has spanned months. This is Ben Wegwitz with a man aboard for Canada for the first time. It's a strikeout for Lai Shang-Shi after Ronan Bobilis hit a ball to first at Hu Yen Chaung that was scored in error. So a no-hitter still in progress. 70 pitches for Lai Shang-Shi. And it looks like his evening is done.
Well, that was one impressive performance by the Little Dragon.
Well, he saves an extra day of rest by coming out. Now he was dazzling. 4 2/3 of no-hit work for Lai Shang-Shi. They call Lai Shang-Shi the Little Dragon, and he punched out 10 in 4 2/3 of no-hit work.
Well, he was the big dragon today because he combined 70 to 72 miles an hour with movement, and then he threw that breaking ball, and you're not catching up to 72 up in the strike zone. And if you're looking for a fastball and he spins it, you're not going to hit it. And if you're looking for a curveball, you're not going to get to the fastball. Very impressive.
So he throws 70 pitches. You can have 85, but he comes out now because it means they can bring him back a day sooner than if he were to face another batter. He's effectively at the 3 days rest pitching threshold, which means, all right, he can't pitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but as soon as Sunday, he could come back and throw. And every day matters. And the manager of this team, Lee Chang-ta, knows that from last year when he was navigating the same question of how to use Lai Shang-Shi's cousin, Fan Chan-jun. Ronan Bobilis stops at second on a pitch that got away from Cho Tsai-kai.
And to repeat, the strategy of when you take your pitcher out, how long do you leave him in, could be the difference in whether you win the Little League World Series. We've seen it the last 2 years,
yes.
Correct?
Well, the catcher here behind the plate, Yu Chao Rei, the leader of this team, flexing that right hand. On the pitch that came in from Cho Tsai-kai. Dr. Phil Chang comes out to translate.
It's his throwing hand. That's going to be sore tomorrow. Is that his real name, Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil Chang. And so, you know, we call him every time Dr. Phil. There he is talking with the training staff and the catcher, Yu Chao Rei. Dr. Philip Chang is one of the good guys you meet around here. So many great men and women part of this. Right there in the middle, Dr. Phil was an Olympic swimmer for Taiwan. And he's also got an acupuncture license. So he serves for these teams at times as a team doctor of sorts. Managers in the past have said, hey, with an acupuncturist on staff, it helps our pitchers kind of feel better and recover better after outings.
So Dr. Phil is a very talented man.
He's got his BA from Cal Berkeley, and his MS from Stanford. For a team that has traveled so far to be here, 40 hours, including a 4-hour delay in the San Francisco airport, a 20-plus hour flight just to get to the United States, then a connecting flight to Newark, New Jersey, and a 4.5-hour bus ride here to Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Never forget, Mike, traveling is a violation.
Even in the NBA. Well, it's 2-0 right now on Eric Popovich. Good to see that the catcher, Yu Chao Rei, is all right. 4 outs left for Canada. Call the ball, 3-0.
Always amazed at the catchers at this level. How you got to be really tough to be a catcher, but at 12, you're getting knocked around and he stays in the game.
4-pitch walk. Eric Popovich is on, and so Canada didn't have a base runner through 4 innings, and now in a span of 3 batters, they've got 2. You heard from some of the parents hanging out in the outfield that this is what this team has done.
Mike, I can't tell you how many parents I've met of major leaguers who watch the game alone in the outfield like that.
Even Major League.
Oh, Buddy Bell's dad. He would watch Buddy Bell, great player, from his car parked beyond the center field fence because he wanted to watch in peace.
Blake Anderson on the ground to short. Chen Bo Wei over to Peng Yi-yen for the force, and the inning is over. All eyes here just from the broadcast booth, not in the car in the outfield. The Little League Baseball World Series on ESPN is presented by T-Mobile. Swing into the future and experience the best 5G coverage in the game. Lai Shang-Shi. Excellent work into the 5th, and our game track tells the story that we hit the 6th inning of these 6-inning games with Canada without a hit. Tim Kirchner, we were talking about parents before we went to break. And
yeah, I was telling you that Buddy Bell's dad, Gus Bell, former major leaguer, would watch his son play, parked car beyond the center field fence. And Buddy would tell me, he said, if I made a good play, he'd honk the horn once. If if I made a great play, he'd honk it twice, which is just so great. This game is so hard to play. The parents should not make it harder.
Encouraging honks, claps, yells.
Please.
Love that stuff.
Support is necessary, especially in this game. So I had a buddy of mine who coached a 12-year-old travel team, and he got so sick and tired of the parents yelling at the kids.
Little roller off the end of the bat of Lin Sung Kai, and a good flip from Blake Anderson. A buddy of yours, and we would tell all the kids.
Yeah, he pitched in the College World Series, so he was really good. And at age 55, he was so tired of the dads yelling at their own kids that he made all the dads bat in front of the kids and the wives, and he threw batting practice to them. And of course, he struck them all out. He embarrassed all of them. And a couple dads were really angry, like, what was that all about? And he said, you have no idea how hard this game is to play. You have no idea what it's like to be humiliated in front of everyone. Now you know what it feels like, so quit yelling at your kids.
That's great.
Love it.
And here you see so many in the great category of positivity of these parents. Hot shot to third, and Ronan Mobilis makes the play on Lai Sheng-Shi. And families, parents, and siblings have traveled from all over the world. A great aunt we heard from earlier with Sebastian Salazar. And this place is just positivity and pure.
That's the whole point of this place, is there is nothing negative about it here, from coaches, umpires, players, anything. And that's how it should be in youth sports, especially in this game.
Oh, that was smoked, and Xavier Cabalfin makes the play on Zhuang Jian. Taiwan is 3 outs away from a no-hit.
How about that play?
I would say a hot dog is a sandwich.
No.
No.
Actually, a hot dog is a sandwich.
For me, a sandwich needs to have 2 pieces of bread not connected together.
Anything that you put with bread.
You have the bun, then you have the sausage.
There's no lettuce on a hot dog, it's just meat.
They're weird because it's definitely not a sandwich.
In any language, the discussion, the argument rages on.
I don't think it's a sandwich, and I think one of the kids said it perfectly. There must be 2 separate pieces of bread to make a sandwich. Am I wrong about this, Mike?
I don't think you are. Now, I know you love this. Can you please define batting around?
Batting around is when 10 batters bat in the inning. Not 9, but 10. Striking out the side means 3 batters bat, and they all strike out.
If there's a double play, is it still 3 up, 3 down?
No, because somebody reached base.
Okay.
And it's RBIs, not RBI.
Yep.
It's like POWs. It's like POWs. 300 POW came home from the war. That's not correct.
First pitch at the bottom of the 6th from Cho Tsai Kai.
I'm a pedantic little twit once in a while about baseball, but I have my thoughts on what should be used. Sorry.
Moose Kluth leads off. I got one for you. If a pitcher is revealing his socks, or any player out there, it's not high socks, it's high pants. The socks are always high. It's whether the pants are at your ankles or at your knee.
I agree.
1-2 on Moose Kluth.
And it's just a shutout. Walter Johnson threw 113 shutouts. You don't have to say complete game shutout. It's redundant. Am I wrong?
It's like saying something is very unique.
Right. Well, that's just wrong.
It's just unique.
It's either unique or it's not. But there are no different levels of unique.
1-2 pitch. A strikeout, and Taiwan's 2 outs away from a no-hitter. Anything else you want to get off your chest with 2 outs remaining?
That's it. You asked me about batting around. You knew this was going to start something. When a ball bounces over the outfield fence, okay, it's not a ground rule double. It's an automatic double. It's automatic 2 bases. Ground rule double is when it gets caught in the tarp down the right field line.
Because in no way is it specific to the ground rules.
Right, the ground rule double is specific to the ballpark. Like if you hit a ball that hits the roof in Tropicana Field, that's a ground rule. It's not automatic.
Caden Kristanovich is the batter. Couple bunt bids, and it's 0-2 against Cho Tai Kai.
Caden, of course, had the great defensive play in this game, and like I said, he'll have that with him for the rest of his life.
You heard Sebastian talking with his father. Jordan played in the NHL. And so you saw Caden's favorite athlete is Nate McKinnon, Hart winner, super talented. Mother Nadia as well. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Taiwan has 2 outs in the 6th and has not allowed a hit. 6 times total at the Little League World Series have there been multiple no-hitters on the same day. Happened last year, happened in 2008, 2002, once in the 90s, once in the 80s, and once in the 70s. And that's what Taiwan is bearing down on.
So you've done 2 games today, and we might have 2 no-hitters. Correct?
That would be true. Joseph Young is trying to prevent that.
Have you ever covered a no-hitter in a major league game?
Never. But it seems like we get a lot of them here in Williamsport.
Again, it is a really hard game to play, and the skill of hitting a baseball is really difficult, especially when a kid's throwing 72 miles an hour with a breaking ball.
1-1 is a strike, and it's 1-2. Taiwan was here last year, the same Little League, and they grabbed headlines right away from game 1 with their pitching. Trying to do the same this year. Cho Tai Kai's pitch is strike 3 called. Taiwan's thrown a no-hitter, and it's the 2nd on day 1 in Williamsport.
Well, we heard that Taiwan had an improved offense and not quite as dominant pitching as last year. I would wonder about that after watching the pitching performance today. That was impressive.
Lai Xiangxi all smiles, and Taiwan proud with now a dozen no-hitters in their history here. Tim, a pleasure as always, my friend. Just day 1.
Great fun, Mike.
For Tim Kirchin, Sebastian Salazar, and our entire excellent crew holding down Volunteer Stadium on day 1, led by Scott Gustafson and Johnny Panda. Mike Monaco saying so long. Don't forget, now over on ESPN, the Little League World Series continues with Florida and South Dakota. We'll be back on the international side tomorrow on ESPN at 1 o'clock Eastern.